So recently there's been a lot of talk about Oculus and specifically the terms of service because Facebook owns Oculus now for the Oculus Rift, and there are some sketchy terms of service for using the Oculus Rift. Mostly, it's about collecting information about what you used on Oculus Home. It specifically says that they're going to be using the data to market to you, and they're going to collect all sorts of information, and it's Facebook, which we know that Facebook wants to collect as much information just so they can sell it. And I'm going to talk about why I really don't like what Oculus is doing, and it's actually making me second guess if I want to keep my Oculus pre-order, because $600 is a lot of money, and if Facebook is going to be invading my privacy for that, I don't like that. At least the HTC Vive, Valve, they collect information, but they specifically say in the terms of service that it's anonymized. But why are people worried about Oculus Rift in particular? Why not all these other types of privacy issues? Well, I can tell you in my opinion, it's because of what type of product the Oculus Rift is, and I don't think that Facebook has to collect all this information, and they're just doing it to collect information so they can sell it. Think about it this way. An Oculus Rift is not much different from a monitor. It's a display device that lets you play 3D games in your head. Obviously, there's more to that. There's virtual reality games in your head. It's not that far removed from a regular monitor, okay? It just displays the games. You don't need to buy a special monitor to play Counter-Strike or something. But if you were to buy a monitor from Acer and they said, by the way, when you buy our monitor to play games on, we're going to collect information about all the apps and computer programs that you watch on our monitor. And it really is the same thing. That's exactly what Oculus Rift does. Anything you launch through Oculus Home, it gets collected information about. So if you run a desktop app like Virtual Desktop or something like that, it doesn't have to be a game, then Facebook is collecting that information, saying, he really likes this desktop app, and depending on how it gets integrated with other apps in Windows or something like that, they could possibly see everything you're doing, even though it's not even related to games or whatever. It's just because you're using your Oculus Rift with it, they can find out all that information about it. And I really do think the Rift and other virtual reality headsets are not just going to be used for virtual reality games. It's going to be used for productivity and stuff like that. So why would they need to collect information about that? They don't need to, but they will still be able to. But I think the worst part is that the terms of service that Oculus has reveals the true intentions. If it didn't even have that marketing part, I would just say, oh, well, these are all things that they need. They need to collect information to see what apps you have installed, basic stuff like that. They're just covering themselves. But when it specifically says that they're going to be using the information to market to you, that is what I think most people are scared of. It shows that they're not just playing safe. They're specifically trying to gather as much information, and they're going to get more and more as they figure out how to. If they're able to make it so Oculus Home is really tied closely together with the games you're playing, they could theoretically get all sorts of information about how you play the game, if they have in-game advertisements, how long you looked at the game, where that normally wouldn't be possible with other apps because each maybe developer could theoretically do that, but it's not like the monitor manufacturer would be able to look up which people are looking at what products online or something like that. But with Oculus, because of the way it is and how it's worded in the terms of service, they theoretically could do whatever they want. And I don't even know if I'm being paranoid. I guess you guys can tell me that, but I'm kind of second guessing whether I want an Oculus Rift or not, especially if I'm already getting an HTC Vive. I can tell you right now, if I didn't want to review both of them and compare them, I would probably cancel my Oculus Rift order right now and just go with the Vive, especially considering that the Vive has the 2 hand controllers. You guys can let me know what you think about that. Which one would you want, and has this privacy thing affected which one you want? We can just keep that conversation down below, but if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know you liked it. If you want to continue watching, I've got some other videos on the right hand side. You can just click those or look in the description for the same link, like if you're on a phone. And if you want to subscribe, I make new videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I think you'll enjoy that. Looking forward to hearing from you guys, either here on YouTube or on Twitter. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.